1432 PSF just for land? Holland's heating up fast, and here's why you need to pay attention. Just a few weeks ago, developer Sim Lian bidded aggressively for the GLS at Holland Link at 1432 PSF, 22% higher than the second bidder. And at the same time, One Holland Village Residences is setting resale high above 3007 PSF. The buzz in Holland is real. So today, let's talk about Skye at Holland, a project that CapitaLand and UOL bidded in Holland Drive last year, which will be launching in a couple of weeks or months. If you're new here, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more content on property investment, real estate trends and home buying tips. The project we are talking about here is Skye at Holland. So it is a 666 unit residential development located in Holland Village Way in District 9, just at the doorstep of One Holland V. And as usual, we will be doing our review based on our 7-step PIC method. If you want to find out what this 7-step PIC method is, watch this video here, link in the comments below. So step 1, entry price. So based on their land bid price of 1285 PSF, the developer break-even price is actually 2203 PSF. If we factor in 20 to 30% profit for the developer, we should be looking at a PSF around 2643 to 2863. So if we base on the estimated figure, we are looking at a quantum of, for example, for the 2-bedder, if it's 2006, it will be starting from 1.5 mil. If it goes all the way up to 3002, it will be at 1.85 mil. The 2+ study, if it's 2006, that will be starting from 1.9, and if it goes all the way up to 3002, we're looking at 2.3. The 3-bedder starting at 2.3, if we're looking at 2006, all the way up to, like we always mention, we never know what the price developer will be launching at. So if let's say it's 3002, we're looking at 2.9. The 4-bedder starting from 3.2 all the way to 3.9, it really depends. If let's say they're looking at 3000 PSF around there, that will be at 3.7. And a 5-bedroom, if let's say we're looking at an average PSF, for example, of what, 3000 for example, it will be at 5.2. It will most likely about 4-5-ish for the 5-bedder. So this is what we are looking at. As of now, we have heard that the prices will be averaging around 3000 PSF. So if we are really looking at that price, the 2-bedder will be looking at 1.7, the 3-bedder will be looking at 2.7 onwards, 4-bedder 3.7 onwards, and the 5-bedder 5.29 onwards. And if we were to base it on our base limit chart, okay, they were really to launch at that pricing of between 2006 to 3002 PSF, they will actually be launching below the base of 3002 to 4006, because you must remember that Holland Village is at District 10 and this is actually part of the CCR region. Let's also consider the prices of surrounding leasehold developments to have a better understanding of the prices. So let's take a look at One Holland Village Residences, which was launched back in 2020. So in the recent 2 years, the transactions has averaging at 2981, not even consider the recent sale, which actually hit a high of 3781 PSF. So as you can see, the prices is already there. For a project that was launched 5 years ago, average PSF right now is 2981. So if you take this into consideration, you will feel that if they were to launch about 2006, 7, 8, 3000 PSF around there, is actually considered a very, very good pricing to enter into that area right now, if let's say the resale is going at that kind of price. Okay, then let's talk about De Liden, another leasehold property in the area. Is already 11-year-old, and the most recent resale transaction is actually transacted at a high of 2287. So if let's say 11-year-old leasehold property resale market, you are transacting at 2287 PSF, and you have One Holland Village going at 3007 PSF for that recent subsale unit, I would think that by Skye at Holland launching within 3000 PSF around that range is considered very acceptable for the market. I would say if you compare it to One Holland Village itself, it's a very good entry price if they were to launch at that pricing. The second step in our PIC system is rentability. As many of us know, Holland Village tenant appeal is very strong. It is a very well-liked area by expats and professionals. And of course, the fact that you are walkable to Holland Village MRT, proximity to Buona Vista, is just 1 stop away, is very close distance to the whole One North area, and the fact that it is near NUS and NUH is a very strong point. Because why? All these areas are what we call tenant catchment areas. You will have plenty of expats and professionals working in that entire area who are looking at renting within the vicinity itself. Not to forget that Skye at Holland is less than 10 minutes drive to Orchard Road, very, very near town, and this is one of the strong factors for a lot of expats as well. So based on that, I would say that the rentability for Skye at Holland is actually very, very high. If you do have any questions regarding Skye at Holland, or if you would like to find out more information on this launch, do feel free to reach out to us at our number here. Just send us a WhatsApp and our team will be very happy to hear from you. Okay, the third step we are looking at is future transformation in the area, which can drive long-term capital appreciation. So as you guys know, Holland Village itself is a mature estate, and the recent transformation to the immediate area has really taken place. However, there is a whole greater One North expansion, which will bring more jobs, activities, demand to the whole One North area, resulting in increased tenant catchment area in the near future. We mentioned again, when there are more transformation taking place, there will be more demand, more activities, more happening in that place, and resulting in more buyers, and of course, like I mentioned earlier, the increased tenant catchment area increasing in your rentability in the future as well. The next step is pull factor. So what a location has that attracts potential homeowners and tenants. So when it comes to schools, unfortunately, similar to One Holland Village Residences, there isn't a school within 1 kilometer of Skye, Holland, but within 2 kilometers, there are actually Henry Park, Fairfield Methodist, Newtown Primary, and even Nanyang Primary. I would to say that my own personal point of view is that a lot of people that I know who stay in the Holland Village area are actually alumni of some schools. Getting their kids into their schools are usually based on the Phase 2A alumni part. So as long as you're within 2 kilometers, I think there's a good chance. I'm not too sure about that, but that's my point of view, okay? Again, if you think that you are benefiting from this video, please help us by liking and sharing this video. And also feel free to reach out to us at our number here. Just drop us a message and our team will be happy to hear from you. Okay, the next step we have, which is the fifth step, is connectivity, accessibility, and amenities. So Skye at Holland is just minutes walk to Holland Village MRT station on the Circle Line itself. So like I mentioned earlier, it is just 1 stop away from Buona Vista, East West Line, and 2 stops from the Downtown Line, and 3 stops from Thomson East Coast Line. So this convenience is a major plus for both tenants and homeowners. And again, if you don't recall, properties near MRT stations command 10 to 15% price premium over time. So that means that your property remains very attractive in the resale market. Skye at Holland is also directly next to One Holland Village, Lorong Mambong, which is the original Holland Village itself. So when it comes to lifestyle, dining, and groceries, you are actually spoiled for choice. So you also have Holland Drive Market and Food Centre, and it's within just 5 minutes walk away. And not forgetting that Skye at Holland is about 7 minutes drive to the whole Dempsey Hill and less than 10 minutes to Orchard Road. So if you ask me, when it comes to connectivity, accessibility, and amenities, Skye at Holland checks the box very well. So the next step in our PIC system is to conduct a development review. So as mentioned, there are 666 units in Skye at Holland. It is a very good size development because it is big enough to support transactions and to command more facilities as well. As when it comes to bedroom mix, 44% is actually 3 bedroom and above, and majority above 55 is actually 2-bedder and the 2+ study. If you ask me, this is a very healthy mix, so almost half, 55, 45%. So you have 45% bigger units. It is a preferred mix based on our PIC system because we want to attract more families. Families make up majority of our home buyers in Singapore. With that in mind, you will probably appeal to more home buyers and the facilities will be more family oriented as well. However, one thing I want you to note that Holland Village is an expat heaven as well. So a lot of foreigners, a lot of tenants will be interested to rent and stay in this area. Probably also the reason why a lot of units above 55% is the 2-bedder and the 2+ study. Rentability, like we mentioned earlier, is very good. So this part will definitely appeal to the investment buyers. At the point of recording, we do not have the site plan yet, but we are looking at 2 blocks of 40-story buildings. So there will be swimming pools, there will be Skye Terrace, of course, because it's 40-story, and there will definitely be communal facilities. Because of the size of the development, 600 units, we will not be surprised if you have like full condo facilities. Of course, definitely the gyms and the function rooms and the tennis courts and swimming pools, etc, etc. Okay. And another thing I wish to highlight is that the developers behind this project, CapitaLand and UOL Group, for example, are big names in the industry. So they are known for their quality projects. For example, most recently we have like Linden Woods, we have Kenning Hill Piers, we have Parktown Residences, or One Pearl Bank, Mayor Blue, and a lot more. The floor plans are not released yet at the point of recording, but if you were to look at the size itself, the 2-bedder and the 2-bedroom premium, they're ranging from 581 to 678 square feet. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit compact, but well laid out. The 2+ study, they are looking at 732 and 743 square feet. And these days, all harmonized, so I'm pretty sure that if planned properly, it will be very livable. The 3-bedroom sizes are 915, and the 3-bedroom premium is 1076 square feet, decent size. So the 4-bedder with private lift is actually starting at 1238 square feet. It's actually quite unusual because we usually see with a slightly larger floor plate. Even smallest right now is actually the most recent launch of Promenade Peak. 4-bedder with private lift is actually starting from 1421 square feet compared, let's say, for example, Owell Hill 1539 square feet. Usually the 4-bedder with private lift are actually of a bigger size. So this is actually smallest that I've seen so far. So if you ask me, this may be something that you may want to look at because you get the prestige and the privacy of a private lift, and yet you don't have to overcommit in terms of size and in terms of quantum. Also, let's take a look at the bedder premium. So the previous one is just a 4-bedroom with a private lift. So we also have a 4-bedroom premium in line with the recent launches starting from 1.4 onwards. And then you have the 5-bedroom with private lift starting at 1765 square feet. Very decent in recent launches like we mentioned, because we have a Prominent Peak at 1884. We have Nama Grove 1722, but we also have the Ori, maybe because it's RCR project, starting at 1453. That is actually the smallest 5-bedder with private lift that I've encountered so far. Let's talk about the view, okay? So this is actually the plot of land over here. You can see this L shape over here. So this is one Holland Village Residences, and this is one Holland V and the whole Holland Village over here. Okay, so with this plot over here, this is the north side. Okay, so if you talk about view, the north over here is actually totally unblocked because it's all the landed, and this is actually the west. So west, you will also have the whole plot of landed. So this north and west view are actually totally unblocked. Okay, stunning view. However, of course, west, you must take note that there's a possibility of west sun depending on how the unit is being structured. Unfortunately, the south view and the east view are actually blocked. The south is facing all the HDB flats, even the east view. So this plot of land here is actually a new BTO that's now upcoming on the way, so you'll be facing the HDB flats as well. So over here, you may have some north view if let's say the site plan is not up yet at this point of time. So if let's say there are some blocks here, you may be blocked by one Holland Village Residences. So hopefully you can get somewhere over here where facing this part, if west sun is not too strong, you will probably get a fantastic unblocked view of the area. As for us, I think that Skye at Holland is a project that I would want to look at personally because number one, it's unbeatable MRT and the location in District 10 itself. So Skye at Holland is located in one of Singapore's most coveted prime central district, D10. However, it also offers direct walkable access to Holland Village MRT station, and even Buona Vista MRT station is a little bit longer, walk about 10 minutes. So if you really want to walk, you can. So this dual line access, right, circle plus east-west is very, very rare for a D10 property. And of course, the location, like I mentioned earlier, it connects easily to CBD, One North, Orchard and beyond. And why is that important? Because for both owners and tenants, MRT walkability in a prime area gives you long-term value and of course definitely resale demand. And number two, proximity to whole greater One North area. That means that it gives you high rental demand and growth. So Skye at Holland is just minutes from One North Tech, Biomedical, Media Hub, where you have your Biopolis, your Fusion Polis, your Media Polis, and your Launchpad and all this. So there will be thousands of high-income professionals and expats in the area looking to rent. So for investment buyer, I think this is a very good project you should be looking at. Okay, and of course, expansion of the Greater One North adds to future value. And why is it important? Because these factors gives you strong tenant demand, stable rental yield, and the very good price support. And number three, the fact that it is embedded in the Holland Village lifestyle. So residents get to live literally at the doorsteps of the vibrant Holland Village area, which is dining, cafe, arts, culture. So it is an area with a very strong heritage charm and yet with unbeatable conveniences. Like we mentioned, it's all right at your doorstep, groceries, lifestyle, cafes, everything. Okay, so technically speaking, you're not just buying a unit development itself, you're actually securing a lifestyle over there. Okay, and it comes with potential capital appreciation. With all this in mind, if you'd like to receive more information on Skye at Holland, the preview date, floor plans, the brochure itself, do send us a text at this number here and we will get back right to you. So before you leave, do remember to hit like and share and press on the notification button to subscribe to more videos of ours. Thanks for joining me this time. See you next time. Bye bye.